Good morning, everyone!
Hello, good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Let's get you up to speed with some news that you could use right now.
Rise and shine, beautiful people. I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Let's get this day going with good vibes, great company, and unstoppable energy.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. Your mornings are always more fun with us. Join us in the next hour and a half for stories and conversations that matter. Go Eagles! They won! I just want to say I'm so happy. And Kendrick, K-Dot, did such an amazing job. I mean, I don't know about y'all. Did you guys see the halftime?
I wasn't able to catch it yet. I was telling Pao about it, and he was telling me that it was amazing. But you are a Kendrick fan.
I'm a Kendrick fan,
Yeah.
I feel na it was a halftime performance that talagang appreciation level mo would be a lot higher if you were familiar with yung, let's just say, all of his beefs, all of his stories. So it was pretty
and the
fun.
cameos, too, had representation. So we'll talk more about that later on. But it was amazing. I mean, I feel like it was a Kendrick concert and then the Super Bowl on the side. It was
because the Super Bowl was actually bad. The game itself was bad. It was. I was talking to a bunch of Chiefs fans after because like I have a few friends who were actual fans, and they were saying that was not great. And like from a very objective opinion, from a sporting perspective, buti na the halftime show was good.
Right?
Because the game
Pambawi.
was terrible, all right? It was
Okay.
so one-sided, and it was not great for
I was not expecting that.
for Austin Mahoney.
But
Yeah.
very happy about the turnout.
Yeah.
Go
Like,
Eagles!
yeah, so yeah, go Eagles, fly Eagle fly. Congratulations to all of the Eagle fans out there.
Yay! And here is something that you guys are going to be happy about as well, especially if you're out to gas up this morning. Let's start the show with news for motorists. A slight reprieve with a rollback in fuel prices in effect today. Gasoline and diesel prices are down by 10 centavos a liter. Prices of kerosene are slashed by 30 centavos per liter. The Energy Department previously explained the weakened OPEC production and the U.S. tariff war on Canada, Mexico, and China caused the latest oil price movements in the global market.
In the meantime, the Maharlika Investment Corporation says its recent investments in the National Grid Corporation can help bring down electricity rates. In an interview with BNC's Business 360, MIC President and CEO Rafael Consing explains that giving generation firms the capacity to create enough facilities to provide electricity will lower power rates.
If you look at the study undertaken by the DOE, which they released about 4 or 5 months ago on the benefits of electrification, and I've said this in previous interviews, providing electricity to a poor family, for example, for 0 to 8 hours, raises their propensity to expend and to generate income by about 15%. If you raise it from 8 to 16 hours, it rises by about a third. And if you raise it from 16 to 24 hours, that rises by about 50%. So it tells you that power precedes progress.
Well, we've got more news that you could use right now, because here's Weather HQ. Our country is expecting rainfall due to 3 main weather systems. The first is the northeast monsoon, which is expected to affect the northern and central Luzon regions. Secondly, the shear line will impact southern Luzon and the Visayas area, which will bring cloudy weather with periods of rain. Third is the easterlies, which will cause warm and humid conditions, along with the occasional rain showers and thunderstorms. This will affect Mindanao. Now, in Luzon, the northeast monsoon will bring cloudy skies and rain here in Metro Manila, Cagayan Valley, Cordillera Administrative Region, and the rest of central Luzon and in Calabarzon. Now, the shear line will also affect the central Luzon area, causing rain over in Aurora. Now, the shear line will also bring cloudy conditions with scattered rain showers and isolated thunderstorms to the Bicol region, Mimaropa, Quezon, and the Visayas. As you can see here, it will affect all of these areas, so do watch out for that shear line. And if you're wondering why your weather in that area is the way it is, that's the reason why. Moving on to Mindanao. The easterlies will cause cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms over in the Caraga and the Davao region. Now, for the rest of Mindanao, you will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms. If you're in areas not mentioned above, please remain alert for sudden weather changes. Now, let's see if our sea conditions will be affected by the three weather systems that we do have here. A gale warning is in effect today, especially affecting the eastern seaboard of southern Luzon, particularly in the northern and eastern coast of Catanduanes. Mariners are strongly urged to stay off the water due to the hazardous conditions, with wave heights possibly reaching 2.8 to 4.5 meters. Now, those on small vessels or without the proper equipment for rough sea conditions are at high risk. If you have maritime plans in these areas, it's best to stay ashore and prioritize your safety. Make sure to monitor the latest activities. Girls, back to you.
Thank you for that update, Paolo. Now, more news for you. Speaker Martin Romualdez and other House leaders face graft complaints at the Office of the Ombudsman. Davao del Norte Representative Pantaleon Alvarez filed the cases, which include falsification of legislative documents and violation of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. This is in connection with alleged insertions worth over 240 billion pesos in the 2025 national budget. Lawyer Ferdinand Topacio says supposed blank spaces in the approved BICAM committee report were filled in 12 times. Aside from Romualdez, the respondents include House Majority Leader Manix Dalipe, former House Appropriations Committee Chairman Zaldi Co, and Marikina Representative Stella Kimbo.
Kaduda-duda talaga, ma'am, dahil nga magmula zero, walang allocation, biglang nagkaroon ng 241 billion, no?
Sa total?
Na total. Napakalaking halaga po niyan.
The target date for VP Sara Duterte's impeachment trial in the Senate gets pushed further away. Senator Cheese Escudero previously said it would begin in June, but according to the press conference on Monday, it will start after the fourth State of the Nation address of the president in July.
Most likely when the new Congress already enters into its function. That means after SONA. SONA is on July 21, so trial will commence after that date. Ang unang-unang gagawin pagkatapos ng rules, papadala ng summons ang nasasakdal. 10 araw para sumagot kung hindi siya hihingi ng extension. Pag humingi ng extension, malamang pagbibigyan naman yun ng isa. Ngayon, pagkatapos nun, 10 araw din para magsumite ng reply. Haba pa yun eh. Tapos magpi-pre-trial. So, ang dami pang gagawin bago yung actual impeachment court ay kinakailangan umupo at dinggin ng anumang bagay.
Escudero also had something to say to those accusing the Senate of delaying tactics.
Bakit nila inupuan ng 2 buwan ito? 2 buwang nakabinbin ang 3 impeachment complaints sa Senado. Tapos kami gusto sa loob ng 2 oras magawa yun? Sa loob ng ilang araw magawa yun? Kung tila hindi sila nagmadali, anong pinaguhugutan at saan sila nanggagaling para madaliin kami ngayon?
Akbayan Party List Representative Percy Sendena says no money was offered to him on the impeachment complaint filed against Vice President Duterte. Sendena tells BNC's agenda that if money was involved, Akbayan will not allow itself to be influenced by it. The lawmaker insists the Senate should immediately act on the impeachment complaint in accordance with the Constitution.
Bago pa lang ako sa Congress, 4 months pa lang ako nakaupo since na-swear-in tayo. I can only speak for myself and Akbayan. Wala sa ating inoffer na pera o kabayaran. At kung meron man, hindi natin tatanggapin kasi hindi nabibili ang prinsipyo ng Akbayan na meron ng higit 2 dekadang track record sa House of Representatives. At sa totoo lang, alam ko na money change hands doon sa OVP at saka sa DepEd at kay Mary Grace Piatos.
The election campaign period for the national candidates begins today. All systems go for the Philippine National Police, who says they've deployed additional personnel, especially in some areas of concern. However, PNP has a reminder to candidates and their supporters.
Respetuhin po yung mga umiiral po na checkpoints at lagi nating sinasabi, bagamat humihingi tayo ng paumanhin dahil nga this would somehow cause some inconvenience on their part and probably some delays, but it is being implemented po para na rin po sa kasiguraduhan at kaligtasan po ng lahat.
ACT-CIS Party List Representative Erwin Tulfo still leads the latest Pulse Asia Senatorial Preference Survey. Tulfo got the top spot solo with almost 63% voter preference out of the 2,400 respondents. Meanwhile, Senator Bongo and former Senate President Tito Soto are tied on the second place. In the 3rd to 8th spot is Erwin's brother, Ben Tulfo. Re-electionist Senators Pia Cayetano and Bong Revilla are tied on the 4th to 8th ranking.
Over world news, U.S. President Donald Trump isn't backing down on plans to take over Gaza. Trump says he is committed to buying and owning the territory, but could allow parts of the land to be rebuilt by other Middle East countries. The president has been pushing for the permanent relocation of Palestinians, and he's open to allowing some refugees into America, but only on a case-by-case basis. The U.S. president set to announce new 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports. He's also readying reciprocal tariffs that would match the rates imposed by other countries. Data shows the largest sources of U.S. steel imports are Canada, Brazil, and Mexico, followed by South Korea and Vietnam.
Very simply, it's if they charge us, we charge them. Every country will be reciprocal. That's right. Every country. Won't affect everybody because there's somewhere we have similar tariffs. But the ones that are taking advantage of the United States, we're going to have it's reciprocity, it's reciprocal. We're going to have a reciprocal tariff. But
over in sports, the PBA is going all out for its major milestone this year. Asia's pioneering basketball league rolled out a new logo on Monday in time for its 50th anniversary. In a press conference, PBA Commissioner Willie Marcial says the celebration will run for almost 2 years. The PBA earlier revealed plans to add 10 members to its 40 greatest players list, set to be announced on April 9. The selection panel is bannered by local hoop icon Ramon Fernandez and Alan Caide. Over in the NBA, Anthony Davis's Dallas era comes to a temporary halt. Reports say Davis will be sidelined for multiple weeks due to a left adductor strain. The former NBA champion sustained a non-contact injury to his groin in his Mavs debut against the Houston Rockets over the weekend. Davis made instant impact with 26 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 blocks before leaving the game near the end of the third quarter.
In entertainment, Kendrick Lamar's winning season carries on to the streaming charts, and call it the halftime effect. Spotify says the rap megastar's streaming numbers in the U.S. increased by nearly 175% following his phenomenal performance at Super Bowl 59. The streaming giant explains K-Dot's smash hit, Not Like Us, received a massive boost with 430%. Lamar's special guest SZA also benefiting from the halftime effect, with streams of her music increasing by 80% in the U.S. The 17-time Grammy Award winner's performance broke the internet, highlighted by all-star cameos featuring tennis queen Serena Williams and Uncle Sam, Hollywood icon Samuel L. Jackson. That was amazing.
Yes. Amazing.
You didn't see it!
I know.
She just said yes. I like how she's so safe.
But I love how people have been commenting. Some are liking it, some are not liking it. I've been reading the comments.
Watch the music!
I like her. I like her banter today. That's why she's kind of quiet.
I was ready to give out my news. They put the spotlight. I'll be like, okay, do I do my news or do we banter?
It's
So funny, though.
Do you know Kendrick Lamar?
Of course
Do you
I know Kendrick
SZA?
Lamar. SZA, I have not listened to her music.
No, I
sure
think you have.
she-
No, she has. You
She
have.
knows.
You
She's
just.
been used on Reels, so
No,
you know.
But we've been playing Kendrick Lamar on Wave 89.1 since, he
Yeah,
started
no,
out
but
in the
he
music
works
industry.
a lot with SZA, so
Yeah.
you have heard SZA.
All of the stars.
Before.
I'm sure you know that
Yeah,
one. It's
yeah.
an old collab.
Yeah, it's a pretty old one. It's pretty good, but again, good performance again. It's a lot more storytelling than
Yes.
people realize.
But can we just talk about when he looked at the cam and said, "Hey,
Hey, Drake."
That was. I'm just gonna say K-Dot wins this feud. I don't know. I don't care what y'all say. He won.
He pump faked the song like twice or thrice,
Yeah.
and then he actually said to the camera, "Oh, if I sing this, they'll sue me."
Yeah, because he's getting sued for they're not like they're not like us.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like it's grammatically incorrect. They're not like us. Yeah, so they're suing him.
No, but
so for him to play that, was
They
bold.
actually he actually censored some of the more controversial words.
Yeah.
But you know how amazing that is for a rapper to sing live and actually censor his own music. He's phenomenal.
Actually,
just saying.
I'm actually curious to know how much of it was actually lip synced, because the Super Bowl is famous for their.
It was Kendrick was live.
No, yeah, no. What I'm saying is that the Super Bowl is famous
whole
for
show.
having the instruments
Kinda.
played recorded.
Yeah, yeah.
So Red Hot Chili Peppers complained about that in the past, and majority of the vocals are actually pre-recorded as well.
No, but this one's not. You
No,
can
this
hear him.
one. No,
The
that's the
whole-
thing.
I'm
That's
pretty
what
sure
I'm
the
trying to
whole
try and figure
time.
out. Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure
You
out.
have to watch it like really carefully to see which
Because the
part is
choruses
like
were recorded. Because
Yeah, well,
Kendrick
yeah,
stopped singing.
because he stopped singing,
Yeah.
but all like the verses and the rap, that's all him.
Yeah,
He
again,
killed it.
that's why I want to know the percentage of it.
Go find out.
Yeah,
Let me
no,
know.
not now.
Come
I
back
don't
to
know.
me tomorrow.
We'll see. No, she's defending him like
I love
know,
Kendrick. I was like,
right?
don't talk about my man's like that. Can we just talk about his jeans though?
Oh, yeah,
His
yeah.
flare jeans. Right now, the internet, like everybody's talking about it. I'm not gonna say the designer brand. Well, can I?
I don't
It's
know. What do you
designer.
wear? What do you wear?
His
There.
jeans. That's the new topic right now. Not his performance, but his jeans.
What about his
So
jeans?
high-waisted
There.
flare jeans are flying off the shelves right now because Kendrick wore it. I want a pair.
Very 70s, 80s.
High-waisted flare.
Flare, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a famous brand in Paris. I won't mention,
Okay,
but
yeah, because
it's flying off the shelves.
Because unless they can send us send
And
you
yeah,
stuff.
go ask me for a pair
Keep
of jeans.
keep the high-waisted pants on the shelves, please. Because they're bringing back the low-waisted jeans.
Oh, I thought you were gonna take them out. I was like,
No,
girl,
no.
what?
Keep them on the
Yeah,
shelves.
we're not for low
They're
waist.
bringing back the low-waist
she-
jeans. No low waist.
I thought she was also like, no.
No, high waist forever.
No, you girls are just both angry. All right, let's move on. Speaking of
Yes,
angry,
yes,
there's something angry that
I
happened
know.
there.
An unusual turn of events for global pop superstar Taylor Swift. Instead of cheers during her successful Eras tour, Swift was on the receiving end of thunderous boos from fans of the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles eventually reclaimed the Super Bowl title at the expense of the Kansas City Chiefs, the team of Taylor's beau, Travis Kelce. Now, U.S. President Donald Trump says, U.S. President Donald Trump says he was satisfied with the reception Swift experienced. He says, quote, MAGA is very unforgiving. Swift endorsed Trump's rivals in the U.S. presidential polls, Joe Biden in 2020 and most recently Kamala Harris. Tennis goat Serena Williams coming to Taylor's defense, telling her to shake the booze off because haters gonna hate.
Oh, wow.
Did you write
She
that
really
part?
sang that.
No, I didn't.
I thought she did edit that.
But thank you, Noel. He does that for me. But
Noel,
yeah,
Noel, we
this
have to have a
is
conversation after
no, but
this.
this is the point where she sings "Shake It Off." Just shake it off.
No, but then, I mean, like, it's sports. I mean, like, the Philadelphia Eagles fans are booing her because they know she's basically a chief.
Yep,
Yes.
that's the only reason
And
why.
they got destroyed.
But nakikiride naman kasi si President.
Well, yeah, I mean, he does. That's his job.
Yeah,
I mean, that's how he is
I
anyway.
know, right?
So, I mean, it's...
Yeah.
She's
So
an
that's
unbothered
why
queen.
she should just shake it off.
And she did. I don't think she's
Yes.
bothered by it at all.
No, it's just surprised because I don't remember last time she was booed.
Never.
Yeah.
She's never
Yeah.
booed, so that's
Yeah,
the
no,
first time.
it's just, and it just so happens that Travis Kelce did not have a good game.
Yeah,
he did not have a good
play
game.
well.
No one in the Chiefs had a good game.
Yeah.
Austin Mahomes probably had the worst quarterback performance in Super Bowl history. Probably one of the worst, if not the worst, because that was not
Yeah,
great.
and Travis, I think, might be retiring. He said he might not come back next. Well, Mahomes said.
Oh?
Yeah,
Well, you know what?
Travis might not come
After
back next
that,
year, so
after
we'll see.
that, knowing athletes,
Yeah, right.
knowing athletes, they don't want to go down like that. I
So-
mean, like even if you don't make the Super Bowl next year, you gotta end on a better.
Higher note.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
That was not great. But speaking of Queen things, Serena Williams styling and profiling on American football's grandest stage. The 23-time women's tennis Grand Slam champion wore her dancing shoes as Kendrick Lamar performed Not Like Us at the Super Bowl, much to the delight of the crowd. Serena and Kendrick are both from Compton, California. Making this even crazier was that Serena was a 1-point link to Drake, the subject of the award-winning diss track. The tennis queen also spoke out after her surprise appearance at the NFL event.
Man, I did not crip walk like that at Wimbledon. Ooh, I would have been fine.
Yo, the crip walk is underrated.
It really is.
I'm happy that they brought it back.
Can I see your crip walk,
No, of
Pao?
course not.
Pwede pa sample?
You should,
course
yeah.
not. No,
I was
I
gonna
cannot.
say that. Can you stand up and do it?
But then the funny thing was, even in
He's gonna
the
ignore us.
no, but do you remember when it actually became really big in the basketball scene because of John Wall?
Before,
Yeah, back when
John Wall.
when he used to do Washington with
The Wizards.
Yeah, Wizards
Yeah.
Washington.
Watching
and it
it
also
right
became
now
a thing
there.
here.
Look at that.
Also became here in the Philippines, of course. So there she is.
Yeah.
With the crip walk there. And she's
I'm-
doing it in high cut chucks.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm surprised the crip walk isn't trending right now on TikTok. I'm sure it will
It will be.
And
It will
Anne
be.
and the whole prod
It's
team,
too
get
short,
ready.
eh.
You guys have to
It's
practice
too
your
short.
crip walk na. Alam na this. Ayan.
With the Kendrick song, diba?
No, but it's too
It's
short
gonna be
there.
a trending
I think
thing.
she was like given like what, maybe
Like
10
literally
seconds?
not even 10 seconds, I
Yeah,
think.
5 to 10
Quick
seconds,
lang.
yeah.
But Queen things, I love her.
No,
and I'm happy.
the step trending from what I saw on TikTok at least was
one?
when it was when he started singing "They Not Like Us" with the two backup dancers.
Oh,
when he started,
yeah.
that
Oh,
was
what was
pretty
that?
good.
How was that?
Huh?
No, he was just walking. He was just walking side to side.
Okay, that's the first time you'll ever see him dance.
That's not even dancing. That's
First
a walk.
time.
Demo mo na kasi.
What? No.
Come on, crip walk in a suit. This will be a
Yeah.
first.
No, we're
come
not
on.
doing that.
Go, they're not
So,
like us. Come on,
We've got
Pao.
more stories for you later on in the show. We take a look at the problem surrounding EDSA with a transport advocate after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. And welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. I'm going to avoid the dancing first and then focus on the traffic instead. The traffic nightmare that is EDSA remains an unsolved puzzle to this day. Countless proposals have been made, yet a lasting solution to Metro Manila's infamous bottleneck remains out of reach. What concrete steps can we finally take to address this Herculean challenge? Joining us for this discussion is Jedd Ugay, a spokesperson of AltMobility. Magandang umaga, Jedd. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes, magandang umaga, Paolo, and to everyone watching.
Jedd, first of all, nag-viral ang consideration or yung proposal or yung idea that the government is considering removing the dedicated bus lanes on EDSA after the completion of the MRT3, the expansion ng MRT. What do you think of this idea first and foremost, yung proposal na to?
I think it shouldn't have gotten to the public from the start pa lang. That nag-usap pa sila muna with DOTR, nag-consult with DPWH kasi after nun, di ba, parang biglang may counter-arguments ang DOTR. So mag-usap muna sila before they go to public.
So PR mess para sa'yo in terms of the idea coming out.
I think backward siya, going back to the old days na pre-carousel, if you would remember. And actually, even currently, if you see C5 and Commonwealth, which don't have the exclusive bus lanes, very traffic na dyan ngayon. But the main point there is that we're making EDSA less efficient. The bus lanes are more efficient than the pre-EDSA carousel scenario because we're moving more people per hour on that road because buses take around 50 passengers per vehicle, while cars can only move around on average 1.5. You can say could house like 5 people, but normally it would just have like 1.5 average number of persons inside.
Exactly. Now, Jedd, instead of removing the bus lanes, no, what improvements should be made to maximize its efficiency?
So we should definitely prioritize the movement of public transport because they carry more people. We should change the metrics of MMDA and the other agencies where they always focus on the number of vehicles that are being moved rather than knowing or like calculating how many people. Because if you can move like 3 buses but each would have 50 passengers each, then that's 150 people compared to moving like 60 cars. If you can see cars moving, it won't be as efficient as the bus lane. So more priority for bus lanes, and actually we should implement the EDSA carousel in other corridors like Commonwealth, Ross Boulevard, C5, and other major roads.
So, Jedd, another thing that got quote-unquote leaked to the public and that also went viral, so they're saying they might start charging EDSA as well and make it like a toll road to lessen the congestion. What are your thoughts on that?
That's an interesting proposal. Some countries have been implementing that, most recently New York, and they've had some success in reducing congestion and improving like funding for public transport if they have that connection. But basically, what we have in the Philippines is that car use is not priced properly, so there's overconsumption. But actually, if you take into account the congestion cost, the environmental cost, and the like cost to develop the roads and the transport infrastructure, they're actually subsidized by the public taxes. So if we try to correct and increase, like for example in Singapore, they have congestion charging, but also higher car registration fees, then that will actually also impact or discourage the use of cars and would free up space, particularly for public transport.
You brought up Singapore as an example, and if anyone from Singapore, there is a big challenge with owning their own vehicle because it is incredibly expensive, not just to buy the vehicle, but then these charges that come along with it, as you mentioned a while ago. Let's say the Philippines does adopt that. That would force Filipinos to take a more commuter-first approach when it comes to their travel. How is the capacity of our commuting system? Can it actually service the amount of people that are moving up and down our major thoroughfares?
So currently, no. We know that queuing time, the passenger waiting time are long for public transport. That's why we have to increase capacity, increase the number of express bus lanes, and like make it more, prioritize it on the road. And the way that congestion charging and all these proposals do is that in the registration fees, they fund these additional public transport supply requirements. So it just makes a positive loop towards financing additional public transport supply. So we think that that's a good approach that we should be exploring.
Jedd, the EDSA carousel, it's just a part of a bigger picture. How can we ensure seamless connectivity between buses, trains, and other transport modes?
Yep, that's a good point. A lot of the times we don't look at the transfers. So these are the stops and the stations and also the pedestrian facilities. Because if you have, basically we have to improve them because basically if you have a good bus system or a train system, but the access from your house going to the public transport system is not good, the people would still be discouraged. So we have to improve pedestrian facilities, make it safer, make it more connected, and particularly the stations as well, of like the bus stop and the train station, if we can. These are the things that our transport agencies should also be planning for.
Naalala ko bigla yung Shaw Boulevard Station wherein it's just so high. Like, it's
The
so steep.
overpass?
Right.
Yung sa, no, going to the station
Is
sa
that the
Shaw.
one with a ramp that
Yeah.
there's no stairs? It's just a ramp?
No,
like a
I don't believe that's the one. Pero grabe, and it's one of the more famously steep stations. But then, when you take a look at the what's missing in our transport system, especially when you look at other countries that we're going to try to emulate, what do you think that is?
This mindset of moving people instead of counting the number of vehicles that we move would be a big shift for MMDA and DPWH and all the transport-related agencies to start thinking about. Because when you focus on the number of vehicles on the road, that might not be the best metric to planning all these infrastructure and policies. Because if we can move more people with less vehicles, that's actually better and more efficient and more inclusive for our people. So just that could be a good start for our transport agencies, and that's how other countries have been doing it. And actually, one thing to note is that we don't. I think MMDA, DPWH, and DOTR would not have as robust traffic counting for bikes and pedestrians compared to vehicles. So they would have like vehicle traffic count reports annually, but they won't have it for pedestrians and bikes. And if you don't know what you're measuring, if you don't measure them, you won't be able to plan for them properly. So let's start with that.
Jedd, what are your thoughts? What about motorcycles? Do you think they're contributing to the problem? Do you think they should have a dedicated bike lane as well? Or are they okay with just merging with everybody?
Since we have a significant volume of motorcycles, it might be good to explore having a separate motorbike lane, but it should be separate from the bike lane. So if the bike lane is actually getting half of a road, half of a lane, then if the motorbike can use the other half, then maybe that's something that the transport agencies can consider.
Yeah, that's been a controversial topic somewhat. Talking about
Motorcycles,
not just that, the bike lanes
Yes.
taking space along EDSA instead of what should be the pedestrian lane to safeguard the cyclists themselves, because anong laban ng cyclist against even a motorcycle, mas lalo na
Actually,
kotse. But of course, you take a look at the possible long-term solutions. A lot of this is going to be policy-based, Jedd. You look at the priorities that you feel that the policymakers need to make. Are there any ideas? Are there any bills that right now that are either in Congress or in Senate that you feel could actually help alleviate yung problema natin sa EDSA?
Meron na dating na-approve na bus rapid transit for EDSA and even Quezon Ave. And I think in Roas Boulevard, there was also something like that, and on C5. If they can revisit that. So those are like, it's a carousel type of projects that has been approved by the NEDA board in like several years ago, but did not push through. Like similar to how the Cebu BRT is delayed. So we should do more of these road public transport projects because obviously the best would be railways and subways, but they're expensive and they won't come in less than a decade probably. It would take several years to develop, but road transport projects are things that you can do in less than a year, like the EDSA carousel shift from to the EDSA carousel was done in just several months if we really have the political will to do it. So let's try to do more projects that prioritize public transport on our roads that are already congested.
So with everything that you suggested, Jedd, do you ever think that Manila traffic can ever be solved? Because when I'm driving, I feel so hopeless. I don't think anything's gonna solve this unless, do you think we should shift our expectations towards better public transportation instead of fixing the traffic?
That's right. I agree. Traffic is just a symptom, but people movement and shifting to people-centered metrics in public transport and transport planning in general would be the best way to go. If we try to solve traffic, we will never solve it with extra road widening, extra lanes, extra expressways, because that just facilitates or encourages more car use. But if we actually shift the question that we're answering into how many people can we move with this project? We know that we can't expand EDSA anymore. How can we make the road more efficient? And that's really public transport and walking and cycling.
Is there an engineering solution left? Because I remember, especially when they expanded the Skyway to connect SLEX to NLEX, that was supposed to be one of the solutions to decongest EDSA. Are there any engineering solutions that are possible still to try and help the congestion of EDSA?
Aside from the railway projects in the pipeline, we need more bus rapid transits and more EDSA carousel type of projects actually. So rather than removing them, we should actually have more in other corridors as well, not just in Metro Manila, but in Metro Cebu, Metro Davao, and all these other metropolitan cities that are also already congested. So these infrastructure projects are, I think, what we need.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much for joining us, Jedd Ugay. He is a spokesperson for AltMobility. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Now, what is in store for us this Tuesday? Feng Shui Master Hans Kua has the answers as he joins us for our horoscope of the day. Take it away, Master Hans.
Good morning! It's a beautiful day with me, Master Hans Kua. Ito po ang horoscope for the day sa araw ng Martes, February 11. Para sa mga pinanganak ng Year of the Rat, magkakaroon ng mas maayos na relasyon sa mga katrabaho sa tulong ng komunikasyon. Red at 6. So, sa mga beware sa mga naiinggit at kanilang mga chismis na maaaring makasira sa relasyon. Blue at 4. Sa Tiger naman magiging rewarding ang iyong trabaho kung susundin mo ang passion o hilig mo. Pink at 7. Sa Rabbit naman ang pag-iwas sa late night snacks ay makakabuti sa overall health. Gold at 5. Dragon naman tayo, ang tamang budget plan ay magdadala ng financial growth. Orange at 8. Sa Snake naman ang simpleng pamumuhay ay magbibigay ng mas maraming ipon. Purple at 2. Ito naman! Say of the Horsey, mag-ingat sa mga deals na masyado maganda para maging matotoo. If it's too good to be true, it's not true. Silver at 9. Sa Ship naman isang learning opportunities ang magdadagdag ng bagong perspective sa iyong karera. Yellow at 6. Sa Monkey naman magkakaroon ng pagkakataon na makilala ang influential na tao sa field mo. Green at 1. Sa Rooster naman ang pagiging masinop sa mga gamit ay magbubunga ng dagdag na savings. Red at 4. Punta naman tayo kay Year of the Doggy. Magkakaroon ng mas relax na pakiramdam mula sa relaxing na music session. Blue at 5. At sa Year of the Pig naman magiging mas meaningful ang relationship nyo kung magpapakita ng sincerity. Pink at 7. Paalala lang, ito po'y mga patnubay lamang. Ang tunay na swerte ay nagsisimula sa pagiging totoo. Ako po, si Master Hans Kua.
Thank you, Master Hans. Now, don't miss your daily horoscope forecast with Feng Shui Master Hans Kua, only here on It's a Beautiful Day.
Up next, let's talk about the go-to procedures for unwanted fats that won't budge the diet and exercise. Lipo. What are its pros and cons, and can anybody get it? That and more after the break. Don't go away. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Liposuction is one of the most common cosmetic procedures in the world. And if you're curious about it and considering this route to lose fat, we're going to talk about its pros and cons this morning. We have via Zoom this morning plastic surgeon Dr. Galen Clark Perez. Doc, it's a beautiful day.
Yes, it's a beautiful day indeed. So good morning.
Morning. So, Doc,
yeah.
I've seen a lot of people coming out right now saying that they've got liposuction, people that you wouldn't think, and some really famous people. Can you talk to us? What are some of the pros and cons of lipo?
Yeah, okay. So liposuction is actually one of the leading among the top three census that we are doing in our clinics. No? So actually, the pros and cons for the pros, you actually reduce the stubborn fats. For people that are having difficulty with revealing their six packs, this procedure can actually help you reveal those six packs by undergoing the lipo procedure. Another one is it is actually a versatile procedure because you can opt for this liposuction and then have it transferred on other parts of your body, such as the face, your breast, and then your butt. Okay, so that is actually what we call the fat transfer procedure. And another is it has a less recovery time. That's why most people that really wants to have this done, have this lipo procedure done, they usually get back to their normal routine after undergoing this lipo procedure. So, well, for the con, of course, your doctor, your surgeon will usually explain the possible risk and complications for undergoing this type of procedure. And you have to take note that this lipo procedure is actually not not a weight loss procedure. So this is not for patients that is they are not very keen on undergoing a weight loss management. So this is a surgical procedure, and it has risk and possible complications. So the last thing is, of course, the swelling. It might take around 3 to 6 months for the swelling to go down.
All right, Doc, first of all, kung nagpalipo po, tapon nyo na lang yung taba. Huwag nyo na i-transfer. Tapon nyo na lang. But, of course...
Sayang naman, Sir Paolo, maraming paggagamitan.
Yeah.
Pero yeah.
Oh my God.
Transfer nyo na lang sa iba.
Yun yung inisip nila ngayon. Madami na kasing, pwedeng, Doc, baka pwedeng transfer mo sa breast ko.
Actually,
sa butt ko. So, walang
actually,
walang
Doc,
tapon,
you know what?
sabi nila.
I've done liposuction before, and now that we're doing this segment, I'm thinking, sana pala my fats pinalagay ko na sa butt area. Kasi we just discarded the fat.
Doc, pwede ko ba ibenta yung fats ko if
Yeah,
mag-lipo ako?
a lot of
May discount ba kung binenta na lang natin yung taba?
Doc, if I pa-lipo, can I pa-donate yung fats ko? Pa-discount. Because people do the organ donations. I'm going to do a fat donation, Doc.
Is that a thing, actually, Doc? You can sell your fat? I've never
I
heard
know
of
we're
it before.
joking, pero kung totoo pala, it'd be funny.
Of course, there might be what they call this, rejection, no? Kasi that's not part of
Oh,
the
yeah,
another.
right.
Another.
So if it's your fat, it has
So
to
we
be
don't
transferred to your own
recommend
body.
doing that.
Yeah,
Yes.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
It has to
Pero-
be. It has to be. It has to come from your own body.
Yeah.
All right. So, Doc, obviously, you've shown a while ago that lipo can be done on all parts of the body. But then, are there any pros or cons when it comes to comparing lipo to other non-surgical face slimming procedures? For example, yung Botox.
Well, Botox is a different type of procedure. Botox is its action is actually directed towards the muscle. So it's very different from liposuction procedure because it usually targets the muscle compared with the liposuction procedure, which is aimed at removing the excess fat from the subcutaneous area.
Doc, there's this thing called Lipo 360. Can you tell us more about this?
Oh yeah, so liposuction 360 is actually a type of liposuction that targets the subcutaneous fat from your abdomen, from the circumferential area of your abdomen, from the what do you call it? From the front of your abdomen going to the back. So from the love handles, your back fats. So that is the main target of the liposuction 360.
I think that's
So-
what I got.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, so
liposuction
that's what it's
360.
called pala. Okay.
So they usually have a misconception that Lipo 360 is a liposuction of all the parts of your body. It's not. So it's not.
It's
it
just
does not
the
involve
abdomen.
all the parts of your body. It's just the abdomen and the back of your at the back fat.
Okay.
Doc, parang I need the Lipo 360. Can
Pero
any...
for everywhere or ano?
Lipo, lahat na. Whole body. Doc, can anybody get lipo? Do I have to do like certain qualifications or tests to check if I'm a qualified lipo patient?
Okay, so actually, once you schedule a consult with your surgeon, your doctor will usually explain he will be asking you why would you want to undergo the procedure. But basically, liposuction is really not for everyone. No? The doctor will usually assess if your BMI is at least around 30% of your what they call this your normal BMI. So these are for healthy individuals not having comorbids like hypertension, diabetes, your coronary artery disease. Definitely not for pregnant women. So your doctor will be doing some assessment prior to your procedure.
Doc, let's talk about the aftercare ng liposuction, no? Na-experience ko yan, cleaning the area. You know what, I'm lucky nga because you said a while ago that merong swelling for 3 to 6 months. I guess I'm lucky I didn't experience that for a long time. Parang a few days lang and then I was able to wear my crop tops already. But is it required to wear compression garment and how long is the downtime?
Yes, so your healing will actually vary. So this is case-to-case basis. And for the compression, we usually advise the patient to wear compression garments for around 4 weeks to 6 weeks. That's actually a month or 2. So it helps in reducing the swelling. Ginagawa din ng compression is actually parang nilalapat niya yung skin para hindi naiiwasan natin yung dents, yung possibility ng bumps dun sa may area ng liposuction.
Sir, when you look at the misconceptions, possible misconceptions when it comes to liposuction, some people feel na Pag nagpalipo ka, anong mangyayari sa extra mong balat? Especially when it comes to significant fat removal. What are the misconceptions that you find yourself debunking when people ask you about liposuction?
Yeah, actually, you need to understand that liposuction only targets the subcutaneous fat. So it does not address the excess skin. And basically, when we talk about excess skin, there are still other types of procedure or surgery to address that excess skin.
And at the same time, you say subcutaneous fat. What does that mean for those who actually have internal issues when it comes to fat within their organs as well?
So that's a good question, Sir Paula. So subcutaneous fat is different from visceral fat, no? Our visceral fat is located mainly, no, inside our body. So that's more at the back of the muscle. So contrary to subcutaneous fat, that is in front of the muscle, in front of our muscle. So when we pinch our tummy, so that is actually our subcutaneous fat. So the way to address the visceral fat is not liposuction, but rather, ayan, kinakapa mo na.
Oo nga eh.
So, but rather,
Direct, di already doon,
no, diet and exercise.
Sorry, go ahead, Doc.
Yes, it's okay. So that's the way to address your visceral fat. So visceral fat is different from the subcutaneous fat on which we perform liposuction procedures.
And of course, I'm sure all of us are wondering, Mo, and especially, so you mentioned there it only addresses subcutaneous fat. Obviously, when people approach you, they want to deal with the problem when it comes to fat. When you take a look at visceral fat, anong actual advice do you give to people to try and address that to ensure that yung gut health mo, yung internal health mo is actually working well and you're addressing the right type of fat?
So, like I said a while ago, liposuction is really not for everyone, especially with people that has moderate to severe obesity. So, when an individual or when a patient comes in with that type of problem, we usually advise him or her to undergo initially weight management. So weight management muna before she actually proceeds to possible liposuction procedure.
Doc, can you give us an idea of how much these procedures typically cost? Like, for example, the Lipo 360?
Oh yeah, so this will actually vary with the patient, the doctor's expertise, the facility. So roughly, it may, be around maybe 200. It starts. It usually starts there. Those are the rough figures. It's surgeon dependent.
The price, yes.
Yeah, for the price, yes. It's surgeon dependent.
Well, thank you so much, Doc. For our viewers who have any more questions or want to ask where to find you, where can they find you?
Oh yes, so
distracted because of Paolo. I can't even think correctly. He's over there. Yeah, he's about to call you, Doc.
Hindi, mag-weight management muna ako kasi yan yung sinabi ni Doc.
Hindi. So, it's-sack naman natin. Anyway, my clinic is at Timog, and I also have a clinic in Pampanga, especially San Fernando and Angeles.
Ooh,
so, if you're interested, you can check my Facebook page. I also have TikTok account. You can directly message. So, yeah, we can schedule or book a consult.
Perfect, Doc. Book me and Paolo for a consult na. Thank you for coming on our show.
Ba't mo dinamay?
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thank you, Doc
so
Galen Clark Perez.
Okay.
Bigla ka nasama.
You're the one kasi
nagawa ko na eh.
Ano to? Is there a group thing?
Hindi, ginawa mo na
Nagawa
siya.
ko na
Ano
eh.
next?
Yung mga iba na live po kami muna.
Well, guys, we've got more stories for you after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. We got more news for you guys this morning. COMELEC Chair George Garcia leads today's launching of Oplan Baklas in Tondo, Manila. The COMELEC is strictly monitoring and removing campaign materials not following guidelines or placed outside designated areas. The campaign for candidates vying for national posts officially begins today.
Now let's take a look at the global weather. Japan's Weather Bureau reported on Monday that there are no clear signs of El Nino or La Nina events at the moment. However, the Bureau noted that characteristics associated with La Nina are beginning to show. The Bureau also stated that there is a 60% chance that the current weather pattern will continue normally through to the summer season. In China, rescuers are urgently searching for survivors after a fatal landslide in the Sichuan's Junlian County, which left 1 dead, 2 injured, and 28 missing. Over 900 personnel are involved in the operation using advanced equipment despite ongoing risks from falling rocks and unstable terrain. Local villagers are assisting by providing meals and support emergency response lanes, and communication restoration efforts are underway. Over to the land down under in Australia, a heavy thunderstorm hit Sydney, bringing nearly 100 millimeters of rain, as reported by the local media. Eyewitness videos captured flooding near the Sydney Fish Market, with bicycles stranded in ankle-deep water and vehicles navigating through the flood. A garbage bin was also seen floating down the street. Authorities urge residents to stay indoors and avoid floodwaters. The Bureau of Meteorology forecasting also says that expect more thunderstorms today.
From health to education and the environment, the U.S. aid freeze puts development projects here in the country on hold. A former health official says social services are bound to suffer. Our foreign affairs editor, Jamela Alindogan, reports.
Less than a month into his presidency, Donald Trump wasted no time pushing his America First agenda. One of his earliest orders, a sweeping freeze on U.S. foreign aid, sent shockwaves across the globe. In the Philippines, at least 39 development projects are now in limbo. Healthcare, education, forest protection, and even the Bangsamoro education program all caught in the crossfire. In an effort to soften the blow, newly appointed U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has stepped in as acting administrator of the embattled United States Agency for International Development, or USAID. The aid agency has been at the center of the Trump administration's push to tighten control over federal spending, an agenda now being driven by Elon Musk's so-called Department of Government Efficiency. But it has not quieted the uncertainty.
It has already impacted it. The 90-day pause, they've suspended or canceled all of the health and environmental development programs. There are several types of programs that they have for AIDS. One is the Presidential Emergency Fund for AIDS Relief, or PEPFAR. And that has been canceled, but fortunately, our PhilHealth provides for outpatient antiretroviral drugs.
Before the freeze took effect, USAID and the State Department had already allocated more than $60 million in fresh funding for these projects in 2024. This amount reflects the pledged refunding, not the full unspent budget. The aid freeze has now disrupted dozens of ongoing initiatives in the Philippines, many funded by USAID and the State Department. Of the 39 projects still active, 14 were scheduled to conclude this year, while 25 were meant to continue through to 2029. Since 1961, USAID has channeled over $5 billion into the Philippines, supporting efforts to boost clean energy, fortify climate defenses, and stimulate economic projects. It has also funded peace initiatives in Mindanao, working to bring stability to a region long marked by unrest. And as part of his America First policy, Trump has also started a trade war with tariffs imposed on goods from other countries. This may also impact the Philippines' health sector.
Health and social services, particularly health, because we depend a lot on imported equipments and medicines. We don't have our own basic industries as far as drugs are concerned, as far as equipments are concerned. And if they stop providing us or increase the tariff to those things, then that is going to impact on the welfare of Filipinos. So I guess that's something we need to do. We need to be able to produce our own vaccines. We need to be able to produce the equipments in the critical care units. We need to be able to produce the medicines that will prevent people from getting into the critical care units.
Foreign aid isn't the backbone of the Philippine economy, but it's a lifeline when it matters most. From education to infrastructure, health, and military upgrade, backing from key allies often fills critical gaps. Manila, of course, is opting for self-reliance. Still, support from the international community helps shape geopolitical and development strategy. Jamela Alindogan for Insight, PNC.
Moving on to sports once again, American football icon Tom Brady has made his debut as an analyst for Super Bowl 59 with an eye-popping fashion statement. The seven-time Super Bowl champ made his way to the commentary booth wearing a watch worth $740 million. That's an astonishing 43 billion pesos. The Jacob & Company watch that Brady wore is inspired by another luxury item, the Caviar. The timepiece is limited edition with only 18 of it in the world.
Somebody want to give me that
Oh
watch?
my
That's,
God.
you know, the whole time he was commentating, I could not even look at his face. And you know, he's so handsome. But I literally was looking at the watch.
The watch,
it was just
yeah.
out there. Like, look at it.
Like
it's
all that
shining,
yellow,
shimmering,
shiny
splendid.
color.
First of all, he's not that handsome. And then,
Wow! Okay.
Just joking. God loves Tom Brady.
Jealous
all right?
yan.
God loves Tom Brady. All
He's just
joking
mad.
aside. Pero grabe. No, yeah, I'm mad at Tom Brady because I'm a Seahawks fan and he destroyed my Seahawks before. But
True.
yeah, I mean, like, just it's insane.
Look at that.
Look
Oh, wow.
at that.
But honestly,
Oh, wow.
people might hate me for this. I'm not a fan of all the yellow bling. I feel like it's a bit too much. I prefer simple, quiet luxury.
So if
That's too. That's
so
What?
if they're
Oh,
gonna give
luxury's
you something
better.
like that, give it na lang to me.
I mean, no,
Hindi,
I
I'm not
know.
gonna give it to you. Ibebenta ko.
Yeah, nobody's
40
gonna give me
million
that
pesos.
watch.
I know, right?
Guys.
It's too babling.
Pang bilyonaryo talaga
With
siya.
40 billion pesos, I could buy you. the club. Ano yun,
buy me.
back
Ano
in the
you gonna
day. Pero grabe, that's insane. Like that is honestly, I don't know if it's the most expensive watch.
No, I don't
Not-
think it's
I
not.
don't
It's
think
up
so.
there though.
It has to be, right? It has to be.
Yes.
And only
It's
18
up
of those.
there.
18 of those around the world. But
The
again,
Audemars Piguet is more expensive, I think.
Sorry?
Audemars Piguet. I think that's
I
more
think
expensive.
I might be, but I'm not too sure about the price.
I'm not sure.
But grabe, that is an insane amount of money to spend on a
your
on a
wrist.
watch. On a watch. But of course, another amazing thing happened in the world of entertainment.
Yes, that's right. In entertainment, Marvel's latest band of anti-heroes at Super Bowl 59, Sebastian Stan, aka Bucky Barnes, leads a group of misfits as they take on a new and formidable villain. Here's a look at Thunderbolts.
Let's talk facts. The Avengers are not coming. Who will keep the American people safe.
There's some big threat out there, and you are gonna help me stop it.
Wait, us?
Yeah, you. Why, you got someplace to be?
I love that guy.
So none of us comply? So what, we all just punch and shoot?
I can't think of a worse group of people trying to work together.
Stop! Please, John, stop! Where were you? Where were you?
Everyone here has done bad things. You can't escape the past. Hey, it's like your mind is somewhere else.
So you can do something about it now, or live with it forever.
This could get messy.
No shit. You thought you were gonna be some great saviors? You can't even save yourself.
We can't do this. No one here is a hero.
Lena, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes. That's why we need each other.
Okay, that was really good.
We are the Thunderbolts!
Can't call ourselves that.
God, thank you.
This has makings of team that can rise to glory. Bring light from the darkness. This team can be the heroes on the Wheaties box. With a little giddy toy.
Alexei, have you slept?
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
I'd like not to die today, so maybe somebody else should be driving.
Oh, wow.
Such a good trailer. We were
Yeah.
all like,
David Harbour, I love him. Oh my
it's
goodness.
so funny. I mean, like, I'm not familiar with the group Thunderbolts, but then I also
not
wasn't
either.
familiar with Guardians of the Galaxy when they first came out. So hopefully it works out. Because when I think of Thunder, the only thing I think about is Thundercats. Eh. Alam mo yung mga Thundercats?
Yeah. Alam mo
I
yun,
know, that's why I'm
Thundercats.
quiet.
Oh, she doesn't know Thundercats.
Well, it's an American show,
Lionel.
animated show, like in the 80s and the 70s.
So favorite mo si Lionel?
No, I'm just familiar. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay. Oh, go on. Pa-innocent.
But this movie looks amazing.
We should watch that together. I love anti-hero movies.
Girl, you also said we were gonna watch all the MMF films, and we still haven't. So
Yeah, I know.
And you also said you were going to watch a Super Bowl halftime show.
yeah, and you also did it. So girl,
I know, but this one I want to watch. My goodness.
No, it looks amazing. I
Yes.
love Sebastian Stan. I think this is an unpopular opinion, but he's my favorite Marvel because he's
Really?
so daddy.
The actor.
Sebastian Stan. No, I love
See,
Bucky.
Bucky
Okay.
Barnes,
I love Bucky. He's my favorite.
No, but then, if Disney's not done yet, because Marvel's with Disney, right? I'm like, they also came up with something in the Super Bowl again.
Yeah. My favorite too, because literally the cutest blue fur ball ever, Stitch. Apparently, he's causing mayhem at the Super Bowl. So in this clip, game officials apparently are having a hard time keeping up with Stitch, with a post caption saying, quote, "Sign him immediately." Stitch, who made his first on-screen appearance in 2002, is up for a comeback on the big screen this year. The live-action Lilo and Stitch movie is scheduled to hit cinemas in May, right in time for my birthday.
Yay, we'll get you a
Oh
Stitch
my
stuffed
gosh,
toy.
apart from Mudang, I love Stitch. My sister and I, Lilo and Stitch is our movie.
Yeah.
I think
were you
Stitch is
Lilo or
easier to
Stitch?
find.
I'm Stitch. No brainer there. Because he's literally chaos and that's me. And do you guys remember the game back in the 90s when we still had literally the big desktop computers? Disney had a game of Stitch trying to forage the fridge and make a sandwich.
That might be an American thing. I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe, but
Yeah.
literally that's me. So
No,
that's
yeah,
why I
no,
love
but
Stitch.
then, no, I mean, like, I enjoyed Lilo and Stitch growing
cute.
up. And even their series was actually half decent, the one that
Yeah.
came out in Disney Channel.
And
That's
now
so
they're
good.
coming out with a live action movie. I wonder what that's going to look like.
Stitch looks so
Action.
cute.
Yeah.
Like they did such a great job with the live
They're coming out with a lot of live action stuff. Moana is also coming out with a live action movie with
oh my
Dwayne The Rock Johnson portraying his role.
It had to be him.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
had to be. I want a Stitch. I have a stuffed animal of Stitch, but I wish he was real.
Monique Tuzon, guys, up ahead. Study shows more and more couples prefer living together, but at what cost? Dating coach V gives us a real talk about real love. More on that after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back. Hi there and welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Couples these days challenge traditional norms by testing the waters first before making the big leap to marriage. Now here's dating coach V for today's Love Hacks. Take it away, coach.
Good morning, loves. It's a beautiful day. Coach V here, bringing you a brand new day and a brand new way to level up your love life. Welcome to Love Hacks. Today, let's talk about live-in relationships. More couples are moving in together before marriage na nga. Is it smart? Is it a smart test or is it a trap? If you're a woman who dreams of a marriage, should you agree to live together first? The numbers don't lie, loves. Did you know, love, that women who live with their partners before marriage are less likely to get a proposal? And now more than ever, live-in relationships have tripled in the last 20 years. That is according to the Commission on Population and Development. Alam nyo ba that 1 in 5 Filipino couples now lives together too without marriage? And more than 50% of that live-in couples expect marriage. But guess what? Only 30% actually tie the knot. Many stay stuck in live-in setups for over 5 years with no clear future. Most couples say, let's see if it works. But what if it never leads anywhere? Now let's talk about a little bit about the science of it. Did you know that living together triggers oxytocin? Yan yung brain's bonding hormones. So it's giving you the feeling as if you're already married even when there is no real commitment. The too comfortable trap. Studies show that cohabitating couples report higher relationship dissatisfaction than married ones. Also, breakups hit harder because of financial ties, shared homes, and routines make living difficult. Ibig sabihin, even if you want to break up with them, because of you've shared so much together, it's harder than, when you're not living in with them. Many stay not out of love, but because it's inconvenient to leave. Loves, more than 60% of couples who live together before marriage report more conflicts and lower commitment too than those who got married or who didn't live in together. So, if living together is a test, why do so many fail? Now, we want to know if living together is smart for women who want to get married. So listen up, especially for those who are in a relationship and have decided to move in with their partner, okay? Again, numbers don't lie. Women who move in before marriage have lower chances of getting married. Nako, so if you're planning to get married, maybe it's time to rethink if living in is a good choice for you, girl. Many men get comfortable in a live-in setup and feel no urgency to commit. I remember one person telling us, Coach V, I didn't know that she wanted to get married. Okay naman kami.
Nako, so maybe clarity is needed. Women also often assume that it's a stepping stone to marriage, but for many men, it's already good enough. Now, psychologists call this relationship inertia. Moving in feels like it's a progress, but in reality, it keeps people and couples stuck. Reality check lang, loves. If he is serious about marrying you, why does he need a trial run? Nako, triggered na tayo. Lalo na ang ating mga ladies, of course, who have maybe chose a live-in setup before. Now, the question is, are you in a healthy live-in relationship or is it a trap? Because it's possible, loves, that you can be living in with a partner and there could still be plans of marriages. Now, here are the signs to look for. You both have a clear timeline for marriage or next steps. Hindi yung parang next year na or when we're already financially stable, because you don't know when is that gonna happen or is it ever gonna happen. Next, you openly discuss finances, responsibilities, and future goals. And your relationship gets stronger, not more confusing the longer that you live in together. Now, for ladies, again, who wants to get married, here are the red flags that maybe your partner doesn't have a plan of marrying you. First is you moved in for convenience, not commitment. Maybe is it to save money for rent or to avoid the back and forth when you guys are traveling hours every day. Next would be your partner. Your partner avoids talks about the future. So again, if there's no specific plans or dates when you want to get married, kabahan ka na ng konti, girl. Next is you also feel stuck instead of secure. A relationship is supposed to secure you. And if you feel like one is dodging the marriage relationship, maybe hanggang live-in na lang talaga kayo. Now, is your live-in setup a step forward or a dead end? Are you building a future or you're just coexisting? If you want marriage, is this bringing you closer to a proposal or just delaying it? Send your answers, loves, to Bilyonaryo News Channel's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and let's hear your take. Love isn't just about comfort. It's about clarity. Remember this. Every woman deserves to walk down the aisle with confidence, not confusion. If marriage is your dream, don't settle for a question mark. This is Coach V bringing you real talk about real love. Join me again on Valentine's Day for Love Hacks.
That was so serious.
You had us thinking over there,
I know,
Coach V.
your numbers were astounding. I was shocked.
So, grabe yung research that Coach V actually does. Yeah. Dati nga may sourcing yung script niya.
They're still a bit. So I have nothing to say. I'm like, wow, the numbers will speak for itself.
How about you? How do you feel about living in setup?
Abuti na lang na
Have you
Manila
ever
ako,
tried?
taga Boracay yung girlfriend ko.
Malayo, long distance.
Malayo, hindi pwede mag-live-in.
Maybe eventually.
No, but then again, based on yung sinabi nga ni Coach,
But you personally, you don't want to experience living in with your partner?
I've been with partners wherein I wouldn't say na live in, but then spend extended time together. Siguro
okay.
that's a way to kind of cheat that. But at the same time, it's good na yung sinabi ni Coach na it's never a trial. Why do the trial run?
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
Oh, how about you, Momo?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, for me, I can go either way. Like, I'm for it or for against it, to each his own. I mean, I know a lot of people that live in together and break up, but I also know a lot of people that do live in together that are successful. So I think it just depends, and maybe people do get to know each other more when they live in.
That
so
is
that's
true,
where
though.
they see like, oh, maybe we aren't compatible. Yeah, so I mean, it just depends, right? It's a per case basis.
Yeah, but the numbers don't lie, Mo.
Baka nga some of their guidance. One of the reasons why they don't end up getting married is because they finally discovered their true colors when they started living together, and then they decided, now, okay, this is not the person I want to spend the rest of my life.
That's true.
That and what's next? Like, what's the next level? Because you're already living with each other. The only difference is the ring.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, why would you want to pursue that
Right.
Diba?
But you know, I also have friends who are living in together and they actually prefer that setup. They don't want to get married.
Yeah, because a lot of
both
people
the girl
say,
and the
yeah,
guys.
like marriage is such a social construct, and they don't need to get married. So it just
breaking up is
depends.
harder if you live in.
Absolutely,
And
because
you're used to it.
you have so many
Yeah,
investment
actually.
together.
Especially if you have a dog together.
Oh, it's like
Oh,
it's like a baby together.
Ang hirap ng
Sure,
separation
President,
of
animal
assets,
lover.
no?
Absolutely.
Kung meron
And-
kayong dog.
Oh, mas mahirap yung separation of aso. Okay? Kapag
So-
may aso.
Sobrang hirap ng separation of assets and separation of assets, lalo na kapag walang legal papers, di ba?
Exactly.
Exactly. To, ano.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, for some, it's not intentional. Some men might think, oh, I thought they don't want to get married. Oh, I thought we're happy naman. So it's really communicating
Communication,
your desire.
yeah.
Do you want to get married or do you want to stay like living together? Either way is fine. But dapat wala kasing isang person na may resentment na kailan mo ba ako papakasalan?
Yeah.
And you have to tell your partner. They won't
You're
guess
right.
Yeah,
what's going on in your head.
I want to know,
right?
Anne, did you have to go through that before you got married?
No, we didn't live in together. Although I wish that we had for a time.
Talaga?
But kasi I lived with my parents and my dad
Okay.
was super strict.
That's
so,
why.
at saka may curfew ako. So I never experienced living in together with my husband.
You
So,
know, but you know what? This is the perfect lead up to Valentine's Day because right now, napapansin mga tao, should I move in with this person on Valentine's Day? Wag na lang, guys, pag-isipan nyo. Pag-isipan nyo. But we're gonna leave you with that thought. Coach V, maraming salamat.
thank you.
We'll have you again soon this week. And that is it for us this Tuesday, February 11. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Thank you very much for joining us.
I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. Wherever this day takes you, remember to spread love and kindness and pack your own sunshine.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. Have a great day ahead. Join us again tomorrow at 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. only here on
It's a beautiful day.